Hello friends. Today in this particular tutorial, we are going to understand that how we can conduct the online classes. Here are the possible platform that we can use for the online classes that are listed here. That is, we know about Zoom meeting, Google Meet, Microsoft Team, GoToMeeting, Cisco WebEx, Skype, BlueJeans, Zoho Meeting, freeconference.com, and Join Me. There are more platforms that are available, but these are some popular platforms that generally used. Now, in this particular tutorial, we'll talk about Google Meet and Google Classroom in detail. So let's talk about Google Meet and try to understand what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of Google Meet. So let's go to the advantages and disadvantages, that is pros and cons of Google Meet. So the advantages of Google Meets are it synchronizes itself very smoothly, and it is easy to use with the Google account. It receives the notification messages to any of your devices connected to your Google account. So it is very easy to do the synchronization and all. It has a very clean and simple interface that can be used very easily in professional settings. It has a great quality of transmission, voice and video output. And the best part about this particular product is that it's completely free with G Suite, Google Suite. So these are some of the features, advantages of Google Meet. That is, first thing is it is free, integrated with Google Suite. Group video call can be done. It is good to make a phone call also. Gmail server integrations are there. So if whenever you record any meeting, that meeting video will be stored in your Google Drive, and the notification will come in your mail. Instant messaging we can do the messaging and all. Easy to add and remove contacted. So there is some facility where we can easily add and we can remove different contact if we want to give permission to enter into the Google Meet. Unlimited storage are there with the Prime version. So if we are using the Prime premium version of it, so there will be unlimited storage. User friendly mobile applications. So there are mobile applications are there with the Adreno as well as for the iOS platforms. Yeah, recording is there, accessible from the browser. So any browser, the Google Chrome, from the Google Chrome we can easily access it. Browser extension, many extensions are there that we can use in Google Meet, and it saves the chats for future references. So whatever chat, if it is going on in your meeting, so you can save it, and it is very easy to set up. Now let's talk about some disadvantages of Google Chrome. So the first, the problem is some issues with other than Google Chrome browser. So if you are using some this particular Google Chrome with Internet Explorer, or if we'll use the Google Firefox, or the browser like let's say Opera or Safari, so you may get some issues. In some browser you cannot do the sharing. In some browser you cannot do the recording, and in some browser it will not going, you are completely not going to join any meeting. So these are some disadvantages related to Google Meet. So in the Google Chrome, actually it is working very well. All the features you can use, and so that is the limitation of Google Chrome. The second downside of this is you need the Gmail account. So without Gmail account, you cannot use Google Meet. Many large organizations have firewall setting that block this particular tool. So many organization, they use the firewall setting, and that can be the obstacle for this particular tool. Mm, this is all browser based, like in the Mac and the PCs. We have to use it with the browser. There is no separate application like other platform like Google, the Zoom Meet, and WebEx or GoTo platform. So all these platform has a separate app, but Google Meet doesn't have that separate app, and we have to use Google Chrome for it. So that's why it is the browser based. You can say it is a browser based. So, and a little challenges you can face, especially when sharing the screen, switching from the meeting to the shared screen. So when we do that, so we definitely see some of the problems or some of the challenges. Next limitation of the Google Meet is there is no whiteboard integration. Means with this particular Google Meet, if you want to teach, so generally we teach with the PPT or we teach with the board and chalk, right? So here there is no integrated whiteboard, but uh, is not there, but this limitation can be overcome by introduced different whiteboard extensions that we'll see in the upcoming slides, that it doesn't have the whiteboard integration. Talk about some of the useful extension that we can use in our online classes. The first extension that is very much useful in the Google Meet is its attendance. Let's say we are taking the class of, let's say, 60 70 student, and what you do is you will face some problem related to their attendance. So Google Meet has the extension that we can use for the attendance. So that thing I'll tell you first. Second, there are some whiteboard tools. So like Canvas. Canvas is one whiteboard tool that we can use. Then we have Jamboard. This is also a very good whiteboard tool. The first one is Google Chrome, means it is related to the Chrome. This Jamboard is the part of Google Shoot. So with the Shoot, you can get this Jamboard. Then we have Microsoft OneNote. OneNote is a very good whiteboard you can use for your online classes. So these two are the online mode that we have to use, and this is your offline mode. Means you can install this particular application and you can use it for the whiteboard, okay, as a whiteboard. So let's see that first. We'll see how we can use this Meet attendance, Google Meet attendance, and how we can use Canvas, Jamboard, and OneNote. So okay, now let me show you the Canvas first. So you what you have to do is, you are in the Google Meet right now. You go to the presentation, present now, and then you can go to a Chrome tab. So in the Chrome tab, I have opened a Canvas here, so that you will share. Yeah. So now the Canvas is shared here. Now what it is saying is sharing the tab to the Meet. So if when you stop it, so your student cannot see that. Okay. So if you want that your student will see this particular whiteboard, so you don't have to stop it. You have to go to the new drawing. So first we'll go to the new drawing. Once you go into the new drawing, you will get many options here. So the first option here is what should be the color of your pen. Then what should be the size of your pointer that you'll use. The next one is the pencil that you can use. After that we have pen that we can use. Then we have marker. Then we have you can say a bigger marker or the pen brush type of thing. And then we have a erase. that we can use. So let's say if we'll use the pen, and when we want to write it, so we can write it here and it will come like this is your class number 1, and you can write the outline like module 1, and then module 2, and then module 3. So in that way you can write it down, and after that what you can do is here we have the option to save as image you can do, right? So these options are there, and you have many layers you can add. If you want to add the layers, you can add it. So in that way what we can do is once we'll add the layer, we can add it. So you have to learn about that how you can use the canvas, but this is a whiteboard, very good whiteboard that you can use. The second whiteboard, let's talk about the second whiteboard, which is called Google. Let's stop it and let's go to the second. You can also go to the same way, Google Jamboard. Let's say we'll share. This is the Jamboard. So for that, you can use the Jamboard. So let's say this is your Jamboard, and yeah. So once you open any file in the Jamboard, this will look like this. Here also you have pen, you have eraser, you have pointer. You can actually use the sticky notes here. You can add some images if you want to add. It will ask that from where you want to add. So wherever your images, you can just put it here and you can use it. And here we have a laser to highlight it. Let's say we want to highlight something. So that will be very easy to do that. Background, we can change which type of background you required. You can do that. Then we have clear frame. So if you want, you have written something, you want to clear it, you can do that. You can share it actually. You can share it with your students. So a student also can write something here while you are writing. Then we have many options to save it. So first option is that save it with the PDF, or you can save it with the image. You can rename the file, remove it, make a copy. You can make a copy, update, and feedback. So all these options are there with this particular whiteboard. Now the next whiteboard that we'll use here is Note, right? So Note is not an online whiteboard. It is an offline whiteboard. So you have to install it. So here I have installed it. This is a OneNote. This is a very good whiteboard tool here with the Microsoft which has been given. Here we have many options like home, insert, draw, and view. With the draw, you will get the pen. This pen is very useful and you can use it. So let's say if you want to add some pages, you can add it. You can rename the pages and all. So let's say if we are talking about the chapter 1, and let's say if you are talking about the chapter of introduction, you can actually reduce the thickness of your pen. So let's say we are talking about outline of our class, that we can write it, right? So in that way it is very easy, and that you can save it. So so you have a file. From the file you can actually save that particular page as PDF. So at the PDF it will be saved. You can zoom in and zoom out, depend upon your requirements. So whatever you want to zoom it and zoom out, you can do that. So in that way, this is also a very good whiteboard tool that we can use offline. And here you can add many things, like you can insert as a printout, you can insert the PDF, you can insert the images, and you can write anything that you want. You can write the equations also with the help of this equation. Like if you want to write it with the keyboard, that you can write it, right? So all these things are very easy here to do. And yeah, this is one tool that we can use, right? And it is very smooth actually. It is very smooth product, you can see, and we can easily draw and write anything here. So we have marker, we have highlighter, we have eraser that can erase very easily all those that we have just written. So yeah, all these things you can do. This is very good tool, you can say.